Well, even though we lost the High Court case to do with the expansion of the ultra-low emission zone, and you think, oh, all is lost, it's going to go ahead, it most likely will, but there are many things going on in the background to kick, scream and protest about it, believe you me. And one interesting tidbit that got sent to me as an article in the news, do you know there's legislation that exists that could, after all, put a stop to it? Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Let me know in the comments and that you're going to have a good day. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you for coming again to watch more of my stuff. Really appreciated. Please continue to do what you do, hitting all the right buttons that do the right things for the channel. Well, let's have a look, shall we? ULEZ. All is lost, they say. We're going to have to pay £12.50 a day. Well, you don't give up that easily, do you? There's still some things going on in the background that I've been told of. You'll have to wait and see what comes out. But more importantly, is there any legislation, is there any law or anything like that which could actually shoot his plans out of the sky? Well, it turns out there is. Now, if you go to Mark Harper, the Transport Secretary, and turn around and say, you know, intervene, he will say he can't because those powers have been devolved to the Mayor of London. That's not strictly true. Apparently, there's a law on national infrastructure, which means he could step in and intervene after all. Now, the guy that's made this known is a guy called Craig McKinley, who's the MP for Thanet South. Happens to be my MP. You know, whatever you happen to think of the Conservatives as a whole, I've never had a problem with Craig. Whenever I've had a problem or a query or a question, he's always been there at the end of the email. He's always been good to me, Craig, but other people have different opinions, I'm sure of it. But in the position he's in, he's the leader of a parliamentary committee on fair fuel and all this kind of thing. He does do a bit of digging. Now, what's been pointed out by Craig, the Greater London Authority Act, and I'm quoting this, 1999, legislates for the powers and devolved authority of the London Mayor and Assembly. It reserved powers in all such devolution settlements remain with the Secretary of State, including transport. This would include when the Transport Minister thinks that A, the transport strategy or any part of it is inconsistent with national policies relating to transport, and B, the inconsistency is detrimental to any area outside Greater London. Now, I think that is the part here, because there are areas outside of Greater London which will be impacted by this. My business is impacted by this, and I live in sodding Margate, for crying out loud. He may direct the Mayor to make such revisions of the transport strategy in order to remove the inconsistency, which could be the ULEZ extension. The bill adds, where the Secretary of State gives the Mayor a direction under subsection 1, the Mayor shall revise the transport strategy in accordance with that direction. Craig McKinley said, in my view, given the importance of London to the national economy and transport, the Secretary of State should exercise powers to stop the anti-motorist crusade being pushed by this failed mayor, which will hurt the poorest hardest and which additionally has economic repercussions across the south, east and the wider country. So in short, there is legislation there which could enable the Transport Secretary to step in and do something about it. Well, the question is, will he? Does he want to? Can he? And what will happen next? Share this because it's important that people get to know that, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm off. I'll see you shortly with one more. Toodaloo.